I'll be honest, yeah. Like, with a lot of this Black Lives Matter stuff, a lot of politicians are really showing their ass. They're proper showing their ass and falling flat. And there's a lot of, this is another thing I really wanted to say. Like, British racism is not overt racism to call you a nigger, fam. It's little microaggressions and little things like that. You're like, oh, hold on, what?
Nah,
There's like, at the start of all of this lockdown, whatever, Matt Hancock was coming for footballers. He's like, you lot should be giving your money away. You'll get paid millions. And Marcus Rashford was campaigning for a while. It's not like man did it overnight.
Yeah.
He'd been doing all of this food thing for a while. His name was in the papers everywhere saying Marcus Rashford has done this, Marcus Rashford's doing this for kids in Manchester, blah, blah, blah. For the fact of if this bill is now coming into the Prime Minister, you would have heard about it more than once. It's not like it's just some little thing that's flying by in the corridor. It's like, what was it? I don't know. It's like 120 million or whatever. And Marcus Rashford is one of the biggest faces for the campaign, blah, blah, blah. For him to then go on national TV and say, Daniel Rashford, what?
Mad.
Are you gonna
slap in the face?
Microaggression.
Yeah, that's a microaggression.
Just trying to undermine what he's done and undermine him by just getting his name wrong. There's no way you don't know his name. I don't care what anyone says. Even if you don't watch football, you would have at least remembered the name Marcus Rashford, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? But for some reason now it's getting, you know what's even crazier? He said, I got it wrong because of Harry Potter. What?
Is that what he said?
That's one of his excuses. I think one of the excuses was.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of, you remember when Moonlight won the Oscar, but they kind of soured in their moment when they got the announcement wrong. It's like the same thing. Like, we want to give you your achievement, but we're not going to give you all the credit. So we're going to kind of piss on this moment. Yeah, and it's a great moment. Yeah, and that's as you said, that's exactly what he did by saying Daniel Rashford. Is like, as you said, like 120 million pop up from nowhere. You know this guy's name. He's been campaigning for this for a minute. You're not. Come on, man. Like, it's very insidious. Yeah.
These times, it's either the politicians probably supporting England when they're in the World Cup and looking at Marcus Rashford, England. Well, I'd say him and Harry Kane leading the front line for them. And man's acting like
they only know Harry Kane's name.
I was gonna say, I bet you if it was Harry Kane, you'd get his name right.
Harry Kane, yeah.
Easy money, fam. But no, I respect Rashford for doing that, man. Rashford, bro, that's a good thing.
That's a major move. Still. Like I said, it's great to see people like Stormzy as well, who gave the 10 mil donation. Rashford is out here helping to feed hungry children. It's great to see people make moves like that, man.
This generation that's moving through and actually putting the money where their mouth is. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So Stormzy's been doing a bit, man. I can't lie.
100.
Yeah, that's a man. That's a guy.
But bro. The lack of acknowledgement is a slap in the face, man. And Daniel Rashford,
that's not just a slip of the mind. That was on purpose. That was definitely on purpose.
What you said, Tevin, is so right. Like, that there kind of sums up racism in the UK. Because anyhow, imagine if Rashford was like, I take offense to you getting my name wrong, then he looks mad. They do it in such a way where you always look mad. You know, it happens. Like, it's so
because in these guys' minds, like in these guys' minds, I feel like people like that, those microaggressions, they're like wired in their subconscious, isn't it? Like, they can't help but reveal themselves. I feel like there's a lot of people out there who kind of have that underlying mentality of racism, but it's kind of shrouded by that, you know, I can't outwardly show this, I'm in a public setting, whatever. And that's why you get those little microaggressions. It's the things that they wouldn't necessarily come out and like say, but the way they act and the way they do things, you can kind of know that just underneath the surface.
It's in their bones and their blood, bro. The racism just flows through them.
They can't help it. Man. I mean, it always comes out, always.
Nah, bro. For me, I'm not gonna lie, I was just a bit surprised in the sense of what you were saying, Tev, that right at the beginning of the whole coronavirus, man was like, the footballers should be doing more, all this. One of the, I'd say, England's biggest football players in the country, like on an international front and like on a Premier League vibe, is making money for children which don't have access to food, bro. But for just on a human level, if you're not thinking that's a normal thing for a footballer, let alone anyone to be doing, and you're not acknowledging that person, you're low life. You're low life. I don't understand how he started to think about Harry Potter. How did even Harry Potter even come into this context?
Bro, that was a cop-out. That was such a bad cop-out.
Yeah, let's put this into perspective. This is a government that was against giving free meal to children.
The man had to get shamed into doing it, fam.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It's a mazine. We can't put anything.
Look, do you know what it is? Yeah, on the real, yeah. If we put it down, if we proper put it down to it, yeah. It's at the end of the day, it's who's delivering the message. It just shows that they're willing to sacrifice and kill themselves off, yeah, knowing that. Like, for example, if Harry Kane, yeah, done that and was trying to do exactly what Marcus Rashford did, they'll be singing it till the cows come home, bruv. And they'll be singing, and then the government would have backed it. They would have cancelled it for the first time. They would have backed it straight away. Yeah. But because it was Marcus Rashford that does it, they kind of do this thing where they play it down like it's not important. The way Dominic Raab was like, these lot do this thing there. They probably got it from Game of Thrones, this kneeling thing. It's playing down all matters. Yeah, belittling all matters that's got to do with black people, which kind of like then it reinforces that statement. Well, that statement, and obviously to the in the media, basically saying that black matters and everything is just it's not that important. It's alright. It's minor.
You know how condescending that comment is, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. For real.
Game of Thrones thing is mad.
Who are these guys? Who are their guys? How do you not know that that's not?
Bro, they're out of touch, man. They don't know no one, bro.
It's ridiculous how out of touch they are. It's almost
I'll be honest with you, man. That's not out of touch, man. That's on purpose. That is actually on purpose. That is what you think of the entire movement, and you don't care. So that little kneeling thing, like.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm saying out of touch is in like what Chris is saying, bro. Don't your PR tell you, bro, that is the dumbest thing you could say, even if that's what they think. How stupid! Or they don't care at all. They don't even care.
No, but this even goes back to like how we're talking about even board level. Like when we go to different companies and how all of their boards are, the board is white. So when something happens between the black community, because there's no black people around them, they just look dumb as hell. Like they just look like you don't have any people like that around you. So you're always gonna just look fucking stupid. And that's how these man them always look. They never look smart because they don't intend to have people like that around them, as you lot are saying. Like they don't want to.
They got Asian people still.
Yeah, and not just that, but at the end of the day, they're the majority. So when they're thinking about doing stuff, they're like, all right, we can go this route and go with the niche, or go with the numbers, the majority. Niche, majority. They're always going to go with the majority and do what pleases them, and that's what it is. It's so simple as, but we all got to do what Marcus Garvey said, bruv. Let's all take our shit, pack our shit up and leave, bruv. Back to Africa we go, bruv. You get me? That's all we got to do, bruv.
And as Dan said, I don't know the version of Coon for the Asian dons, but you lot ain't. You pretty tell when the other raggedy bitch that was talking about
Give me all the words.
Yeah, man. Nah, Tevin, these raggedy bitches that are talking about our experience, leave us. The raggedy people.
She was saying a lot.
That's why I think when what you saying before, this people of color or BAME or whatever, no, we're black. We're black.
It's a different struggle, bro. It's
a different struggle. Nah, do you know what? It's even the fact of if you can't have someone who's not black speak about being black. It doesn't make sense. Like if you're gonna get somebody to actually speak out on these issues, get a black person to speak on it, bro. I mean, wait, even BAME. Can someone tell me what BAME actually stands for?
Black and minority ethnic.
Yeah, see, it's black and other minorities.
Yeah, I know. Basically, they don't want to say non-white. Their way of saying non-white.
Proving to us once again, how insignificant we are to them because we just put them in the corner with the rest of them dons. We won't recognize them or their struggles. And then what blows my mind is if you go into a lot of these cultures, and maybe I'm generalizing, if you go into a lot of these cultures, they don't fuck with black people in their culture.
Not really.
You're not generalizing. You're not generalizing.
You're not generalizing,
right.
I'm not trying to your group. Don't get twisted. I want everyone to be watching the podcast and that. But I'm just saying, I know don't bring home a black man to the house. There's problems. I'm just saying.
I lie.
It's true. I'll be honest. Like I said, I've said this multiple times, bro. Those terms, BAME and people of color.
People of colour,
You're just you're grouping black people with other people that would just call us niggas too, fam.
You get
Don't
me?
put. We're not the same.
I thought we got rid of people of color years ago. I don't know why that suddenly popped up again.
Nah, we got rid of colored. We got rid of colored.
Colored. But that's the same
Coloured is
thing,
what we
no?
got.
That's the same thing, fam.
Nah, colored was
Tevin
only
right.
really for the blacks. Colored was really only for the blacks. You know what I
Because
mean?
remember, it was a lot of older white people there. They that coloured or blah blah. I used to hear it a lot. Here. Like,
Oh, don't get me wrong. That's another one. That's another one as well. You know how we say we got rid of coloured? Like the Western world have got rid of coloured. Coloured still runs in SA, you know.
Of course.
That ain't going away, fam.
Of course.
Coloured is still running the SA. They're still using that. Coloured and all them joints are still being used, fam. Zim as well. They use coloured. I can't lie. They use it, but yeah, man.
They say in the whole Suma thing, they're not that far removed from their kind of racial overturning.
Yeah, that's very new. Very new.
I didn't end that long ago.
It's removed on the surface, but still alive and kicking today, fam.
Yeah.
That's really it, man. But yeah, man. Like, yeah, it's just mad.
I don't like the Dominic Raab one just because I felt like, I don't know if anyone watched like the longer clip of it. He just seemed like he was just busting banter with which is interviewing him
and the woman. Yeah,
the fact that he was like, he just bypassed it after he said it, and he was just talking like, the only person I'd bow for is the Queen or my wife.
Yeah.
And even that she debates it if I even did that. We might have had too much drink.
I see it as subordination and something.
How have you got from talking about Black Lives Matter as a movement to talking about the Queen and your wife? Like, this is a whole movement that not just happened over one day. This has been happening for a long time, but it obviously in the last 2 to 3 weeks has taken like another step in it. But man just bypassing it like, that's the only 2 people I'll do it. And he didn't even ask the question. She asked him, would you kneel? And I said, nah, only for the other 2, basically. That's what he said.
This is what I said, bruv. When it comes to anything black orientated, they belittle it, so it makes it look like it's not as big as it is. Because at the end of the day, if he starts putting more value into anything that's black related, it puts more power. And the more power we get, the more things speeds up the process of change. They don't want that, so they're going to belittle it.
You have to think, like, because what we've been taught is basically a lie, you put in more power into black struggles or whatnot, then kind of unfolds your lie and what you've been teaching us, and then it unravels everything that we've been taught for years. So yeah, man, we shouldn't. I don't think we're surprised. Like we know the vibes. Like we know these people are put in positions. We know, like, you know.
All I'm saying, I didn't see these slip ups in the Me Too movement, bro.
Not one.
I did not see any of these slip outs when the Me Too movement was being spoken about. But suddenly, every week somewhere there's a new slip
or the LGBT movement as well. That's another one.
I never saw no slip up.
You wouldn't hear man come on TV and say the LFGB whatever. You wouldn't hear man say that. Man be point.
Do what makes it mad? I swear Me Too movement was started by a black woman too.
It was.
Yeah, it was. But they took it away from her as well.
Yeah.
But do you know what? Another thing as well, I just wanted to mention this. You see what Rashford did, If Harry Kane did that, man will be Sir Harry Kane within the next God knows how quick. They need fast track. I want to see Sir Marcus.
No. Wait, Tevin, we don't want to see that. We don't want
to see Sir, bro.
We don't want to see that, because then you're going to be part of the British Empire, that disgusting empire that just rapes bare.
I don't believe in that.
Yeah, fuck all that. Fuck the Queen. Fuck all of that. We will not even in the hood, yeah. All of that. Yeah. Thank you, Rangi.
Wegz not the time down. Not the time down.
You know the one. Wegz is clapping. That's
how you're doing me, man.
Nah, it's true, man. We'll not him in the eggs, bro. He gets the respect from us. That's
you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, we don't want to see that, bro. We don't want to see that.
No, I hear that.
Should we light the mood with music?
Yeah, man.
Like everyone's saying, bro.
And now for the music.
We're light-hearted here on the Part-Timers podcast. We like fun and that. You get me?
I don't know.
All right, then, people. Thank you very much for clocking in. We hope you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Most importantly, if you think, hey, these men are onto something here, they should probably continue. We're probably right. And if you're thinking, these men should have quit their day jobs, so what? We're the part-timers. Thank you very much.
I like that stuff.